This segment is sponsored by Legacy Wealth Management. Retirement planning is more than just saving. It's about creating a strategy for your income and learning what you can do to manage risk, keep up with inflation, and prepare for healthcare costs before problems arise. Today, we're joined by Jay Sharifi, founder and CEO of Legacy Wealth Management, a Manassas-based financial advising firm, and he's here to share what you can do to ensure your retirement income will outlive you. Welcome back, Jay. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah. That's sort of a scary question. Will your retirement outlive you? But why is that so important, and why is that a big concern for retirees right now?
Yeah, because I think we just have to understand that our comfort actually comes from the security of our income, not from our portfolios going up and down. We watch the news every day, and when we hear something bad, we connect that with the loss. And then when we hear something good, obviously we get excited. But most people's comfort comes from making sure their income is stable, the foundation is strong, and that they're not going to run out of money. And I think sometimes that confusion of rates of return equating automatically to comfort, that's the disconnect. We need to make sure that the place where our income comes from has a different type of stability than that which we're looking for long-term growth. And that confusion is really what causes the problem.
Yeah, that's a great point. So many decisions are emotional, just like our financial plans, right?
Yeah, a lot of times we hear that things are doing really well in the markets and we want to jump in there and chase those returns, but we have to understand which bucket our income is coming from versus which bucket is long-term growth. And sometimes that overwhelms us, and not having the right allocation really puts us in troublesome spots.
Yeah. And then, of course, no matter how much we plan, life still happens, things can happen. How can people plan for the unexpected?
Look, we have to have a strategy. It has to do with cadence. We have to understand when you actually need the money versus how long you have. We have to be realistic, and I think the root of it, for our firm at least, stems from clear communication and a trusted advisor going through scenarios each time you come into the office. And so we highly recommend our clients to come in with their spouses and not just alone. Sometimes I know certainly growing up, my father managed most of the finances and mom was a little hands-off. But we recommend both partners to come in because that's where that trust is built. That's where we get to reflect on what's most important in our core values.
Yeah, I feel lectured because I don't go. I need to go. Okay, I need to go. I need to go. Now, what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see retirees making right now when it comes to retirement planning?
Yeah, the root of it actually just comes down to longevity. We're going to spend almost 3, maybe 4 decades in retirement. And if we unfortunately leave early, that's okay. But if we end up living for 3 or 4 decades, then we want to make sure that we're taken care of. We want to make sure that we're doing the things we need to do to take care of our tomorrow. And too many times we cut ourselves short because we think we're not going to live that long. And so it's longevity. And the more we understand longevity, the more we can actually empower our portfolio and the things we need to do for tomorrow.
Yeah, smart planning. I mean, that's the goal, right? Live long and have money to live well, right? Yeah. Now, what would you say to anyone watching right now? Maybe they're retired, maybe they're about to retire, but they don't feel like they have a solid plan in place for retirement.
Yeah, there's you know, a lot of people just will write down something on a piece of paper and say, well, I added up a couple sources of income and I'm good. But what you really want to do is understand how taxes will impact that, how your distributions will impact that. Is there enough if you pass away first and your spouse is going to have a lot less upon your passing? Seeing and understanding the cadence and understanding the ebb and flow of the market and how it's going to impact your income is really important discussions that must be had. Those are the things we go into, and that's why,
Yeah, so take it off that scrap of paper and go in and speak with someone and create a really solid plan. It's not too late, right?
No, never too late.
Yeah, thank you so very much for being here.
You're welcome.
Of course, yeah. If you want to take the first step today and start learning more about how you can establish your retirement plan, call Legacy Wealth Management at 877-650-4738 to receive their complimentary resource, Will Your Money Last as Long as You Do, today.